Hi everyone. I almost went like a full day without vlogging. I thought I would just skip today, but alas, here I am. Today's not, or was not a good day. I'm looking forward to going to sleep and ending the day. My driving yesterday, I don't remember if I even talked about it or not. I went up to an industrial park yesterday with my son and role reversal. He was he said he would work with me to slowly get me back behind the wheel so I can drive, which is ironic because he just got his license a couple months ago. And it's funny that now he's like not teaching me how to drive. I can't drive in long chunks. So I started off in the parking lot the first time I went out, and I was hoping I would do a loop in my parking lot, and I couldn't do that without being in pain. There's 2 speed bumps, and I'm okay with the speed bumps when I'm a passenger. I just lean forward with my pillow, but not so much as the driver. So we drove up to this industrial park, and it has like a loop where the speed limit's like 20, which is a nice way to, get myself back into the mode of driving. Because my 0 to 100, I'm like, oh, why don't we just head out on the road? Because I've done that a million times. And he's like, you'd be going 400 miles an hour. And I'm like, yeah, good point. I should probably not do that. So I made it, I don't know, maybe a half mile or so driving. And it's just, I took the e-brake down, and that was easier. And I moved the car into gear with my hand, which was easier. But it's the twisting and the turning, looking over your shoulder, even the awkwardness of the what do you call it? The seatbelt on your chest. So I have that leopard skin pillow that I use all the time. And I don't know if it's actually legal to use the kind of pillow. I know that they sell stuff on Amazon that you can like put over your seatbelt, and for nothing, I think they're all kind of butt ugly. And I know I'm going out of like, pretty use, whatever, or practical use, but I don't want to be putting something on that's all like flowery and stuff that just reminds me all the time that there's something like wrong. To have like a kick-ass looking pillow there isn't like as humiliating, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to reach out and find out to make sure that's a legal thing to do. So yeah, I got like a half mile, and then it hurt too much. I was mostly going straight. I adjusted the steering wheel so it was nice and low, so I wouldn't have to reach too high. I pulled it even closer to me so I wouldn't have to move too much. But I just got frustrated, and then I stopped, and then I started crying. Because there's such freedom in driving, and I feel so stuck in my home, and it's just really, really frustrating. I like to explore, like, as my personality, like, I like to explore new things, and it's like fall, and I can't leave my home to go places, and I'm sure I could ask someone to drive me somewhere, but it is like almost a full-time job to have to ask other people to do things for you, and that even gets to be draining. I'm just really glass half empty today. I'm actually overdue for getting my period, which is interesting. My last period was like awful after surgery, and so maybe that's why. And I am perimenopausal, so it could be 6 months before I get my period the next time. Who the heck knows? So I just sit here and I wait. Yeah, just not a good day, not an empowering day at all. And then, so the car is what the car is. I said to my son, I should just plan on going like every other day. And he's like, maybe every 3 days or so. I'm also in a lot of pain. Today I have my sports bra on, but the pain, I think, is I'm swollen again. And my guess is I overdid with the car. It's just crazy how, like, receptive my body is to just little things. And I am just so swollen from the driving. And my left side, I still have that bump from when the phone fell on me. And I'm not super nervous about it, and I'm not comfortable with it either. It's like after all the work that was done, I had like spectacular looking boobs, and now I have this fold on the bottom that just won't go away. And it hasn't been that long, and I see my plastic surgeon the week after next for my 1 month follow-up, which is weird because it's more than 1 month. I guess the 1 month and 2 week follow-up. And I'm sure he'll say it's not a big thing, but for me, every time I touch my boob, it just reminds me that something else is wrong. Good thing I did today. I showered today, and it was the first time I showered with soap like everywhere. When I went on Friday to check in about my boob with the rippling that's there, she said I can start showering with soap on my boobs, like where the scars are, and I wasn't able to do that before. She'd taken off all the purple adhesive stuff from surgery, and I put soap. I touched my entire breast in the shower for the first time, and I think I'm close to day 80 or so. I'll have to take a look. At this point, I'm at weeks. Really, it's like 5 weeks post-op. And I'm just now, for the first time, like, I'm allowed to touch my breast in the shower. And this shower was really hard because, like, the stitches are still there, so they're a little pokey. But I distinctly remember the last time that I showered and touched my breast, there was a nipple there, and now there's not. And, like, it all just happened really fast. So, of course, what do? I go on YouTube, which is like, information is good. Too much information, not so much. I watched on YouTube a video of a mastectomy, a skin-sparing mastectomy on YouTube. It took a while to get there. I have to say, though, that, like, as much as today I'm like, oh, what's the point of doing these vlogs? Like, you know, no one cares, blah, blah, blah. I'm just not in a good place today. I know some people care. It was like it's the weekend and I'm home the whole weekend. My excitement was when I went walking on a hill by myself today. Whoop-de-doo. I miss doing stuff. My friend went kayaking and posted pictures. And I'm like, I want to go kayaking. And I want to play tennis. And I want to do all these things. And my excitement right now is I got to shave my armpits this morning. And what's so weird is that, like, I shaved my pits. I used soap everywhere. And the second I stepped out of the shower and I blotted myself dry, I went like, and I could smell, like, it still smells. I don't understand the science behind that. I don't know if it's just because you have less lymph nodes. Like, am I just always going to be smelly? Like, I don't know. So I'm using, like, essential oil stuff, like, on me more than I usually do to cover up the smell. And it's gotten much better, and it's probably just crap, like, draining out of me, but, like, I don't want to smell. And I don't, there has to be something scientifically to that. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why it smells. The same thing with, like, the lymph nodes. I didn't anticipate having such limited range of motion in my arms after surgery. That this was not something that was on my radar at all. And it's so limiting. Like, I had no idea I wouldn't be able to drive for this long. I feel like a dog on a leash in my apartment, and I hate it. It's like fall in New England, and the leaves are changing colors, and I'm, like, stuck in my freaking apartment. I mean, I can go outside, but like it's not very naturey outside my apartment for me to even notice that the leaves are changing colors. And the only time I can see if they're changing colors is if I'm driving someplace, and if I drive someplace far, it's pretty much only to a doctor's appointment, and that's it. And that really sucks. And I'm jealous of my friends that have breast cancer and that are out there doing their thing and like having get-togethers and hanging out with their friends and going for trips places. Like, I want to be able to do that. And it makes me realize how totally different everyone's experiences are. Like, I spent hours today on YouTube listening to other women's stories about breast cancer and their journeys, and none of them are like mine. Even to find like someone who's, I mean, I don't mean specifically like mine. I mean, even to find someone who is like, first of all, there's no single women at all that I found. No one. Everyone that I saw is like totally done up. Their hair's done up so pretty, their makeup's done up so pretty, and they edit their stuff. They edit their stuff because you can see those little things like pinged, you know, added on like after the video. I'm like, I'm not doing these videos to like get editing credits. I'm not, clearly I'm not like doing myself up just to do these videos. I was too lazy to even get up and get not lazy, I didn't have the energy to even get up and try to find my friggin' tripod. And I'm like, no, I made a commitment to do this every day, and I know it's helpful for me too. And I usually feel really empowered with these sports bras on, but like I don't today. Even the cup that's in it, like the plastic, the round cup thing, which is supposed to be protective, it just feels like it's like this hard barrier. And it hurts. It's not big enough. Like the bra's big enough. But the round thing's not. And where I am right now is, she told me to use Aquaphor every day for a week on the scars, because there are a couple of areas that just look irritated that she wants to make sure don't get infected. So I'm doing that, and I'm putting those, which I think I showed you yesterday, those absorbent pads on it. But I cut the pads in half lengthwise because when I woke up this morning, I realized how compressing they are on my boob, and it makes me realize like how swollen they still are. And then the driving just like totally swells it up more. But these videos, it's interesting because everyone is like super glass half full all the time. And I'm sorry, like there's no discussion of the processing of the fact of that these women have breast cancer. It's one of them was like this woman. I sound really cold, but like whatever. It's just where I am right now. There's this woman and her mom comes up and her husband's there and the little cute puppies in the background and the fireplace is going and someone's video. Everyone basically is having someone else videotape them, which is great. And I'll like bitch and whine right now that I don't have that. That's just not my life right now. And whatever, like I'm like perfectly happy before all this stuff happened, like, you know, doing my thing. And I'm like, I mean, would I love to have family here? Absolutely. And that's just not the reality of my life. And then I think about it, we're like, I'm almost 50 and there's plenty of people that are my age that are going through this. So don't even have parents that are living anymore and could be only children, you know, or whatever their situations are. Sorry, that was snot. But that's what I mean. Like I people have told me that one of the things that stands out about me to them is how I don't sugarcoat things. I don't find a need to sugarcoat things. What's the point? I think I used to do that and I don't anymore. It's like you obviously see I have good days and I have not good days. I'm already overwhelmed about tomorrow because someone's going grocery shopping for me and I don't have the list ready. And I have to remember to give her a gift card for Wegmans that I have. and then think about what food I need for the week, and then coordinate that with, what time is she going to get here? Can all the groceries get upstairs to my apartment because it's on the 3rd floor? I don't want the same thing to happen that happened last week, which we all saw. And if you didn't, go ahead and rewind a week, when the groceries came and I couldn't get them in my kitchen, and then letting somebody else in my apartment is a story because it's COVID. That's another thing too. I only found one vlog from someone who went through this during COVID. And as many health professionals have told me, I get an extra 100 points for being single, I've heard, and I get another 100 points for going through this during a pandemic. Because it does change a lot. I can't just have anyone just come into my apartment. I have to be careful. Fortunately, people at my church are, most of them, at least the ones that have been helping me, are very strict about masks. But the mandate's actually gotten more strict, where you have to have a mask on in any public place. And as soon as you walk into my apartment building, it's a shared space, so it's considered a public space. So there's a big sign as soon as you walk in my apartment door that says, put your mask on. And it's frustrating because, that sign wasn't there a couple months ago. And school's starting again. Kids are starting to get sick. So, my son came home today to visit from college. And I'm I'd love to have him come in and, sit down and sit on the couch and, talk, whatever. And I'm I can't do that. Fortunately, for living in an apartment, for the people in Bedford, they're oh, poor you live in an apartment. I'm really? Poor me? I don't have to change my own light bulbs. Give me a break. Ignorance is so freaking irritating. But we went to the clubhouse, and we sat in the media room, and we talked there and caught up. Which, by the way, has a pool table, a playground, basketball court, a pool. For everyone that thinks, oh, poor Jen, she lives in an apartment. Poor Jen has her own pool table. Wah. Really? Well, it's not mine, but I can use it as a point. Anyway, I fell asleep on the couch, very uncomfortable. My back's really been bothering me a lot, sleeping again. I think it's my mattress, and what I'm going to do tonight is shove my body over to one side to get out of that little divot that's there. And I think, the mattress is not that old, but I think between the breast cancer and having COVID, I've been in this bed far too much the past 6 months, I guess. When did I have COVID? March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's my 6-month anniversary from having COVID. That's weird. Wow. Yeah, that's weird. Almost to the day, I think. It was the end of March. It was March 21st. So add a week on, because I think it's September 26th or something now. That's weird. 6 months ago, I had COVID. Yeah, and I still wasn't fully healed from having COVID. My lungs were not that great. I mean, everything was clear. It's just I wasn't, my endurance was not up with my breathing and all that stuff. So yeah, let's add another 100 points on for that, for being a long hauler, whatever. Just gives me more stuff to write about if I ever do an autobiography, I guess. People tell me I should write a book. About what? I've been through so much crap. Not crap, experiences. I gotta get ready for bed because I have to go get my glasses adjusted tomorrow, which I was supposed to have done Friday before I shifted my friggin' implant with the stupid friggin' phone incident, which I have learned my lesson on. It's not like I'm not going on my phone. I am. I'm just putting a pillow on top of my chest, and I'm much more protective of my chest. Maybe that's why it's swelling more. And I have this dot on my arm, which I don't know what the heck it is. I took a picture of it and I sent it to in the portal. I have this I don't remember hurting myself, but I have this weird, it was red and now it's just bruising. The dot doesn't hurt. Above my arm hurts, but my whole arm hurts. And I did take Tylenol a couple of times, which is just irritating because I don't like that I'm still taking pain meds. So I'm in 2 camps now, and then I'm gonna brush my teeth and just go to sleep and hope tomorrow is a better day. The 2 camps of recovery, I guess, and that I'm hearing all these milestones and I'm comparing myself, which is a horrible thing to do because everyone's different, but I'm just always used to being the strong one, and I'm the one, like, that everyone's like, yeah, she's been through all this stuff, but you know what, like, she always comes out on top. And it's really frustrating that this time it's like, why am I still swelling? Like, why can't I drive like everybody else is? Like, why can't I just, like, get up and do things that are just, like, simple things? It's been, like, 5 weeks. It's been a long time. But I do remember, like, how non-emotional I was in the beginning. That, like, none of it hit me at all. And, man, having that tamoxifen bottle on my kitchen table, I haven't started taking it yet. But I hate that it's there. And it's like, just because the surgery is over, and just because, like, I'm healing, even though I took 2 steps back now and my healing is taking longer than anticipated, it doesn't mean that it's over. It's such a misconception that you think the surgery is done, so she's fine. I'm like, no, I still can't move my arms like I want to. I still can't write well. My handwriting is horrible because it hurts to hold a pen. I've been using marker to write. I still can't type well because it hurts my arm. I can't reach my triceps. I can't reach my triceps. I've not washed my triceps since before surgery. I mean, I've rinsed water over them in the shower, but I can't reach either one of them because I can't cross my arms in front of my body. I just don't have that range of motion yet. And I know I have to be more patient, but it's hard, especially when you're used to having to step up even if you don't want to. I feel like since I was a teenager, I've had to step up to do things I didn't want to do, and I just had to. And I'm just like, that's just ingrained in me. And I have no problems being vulnerable, clearly. I just want a freaking break. I got a gift card from the Ellie Fund. The organization is wonderful because it was such a chunk off my shoulders to get that gift card from them, and that's a Massachusetts thing. I'm sure there's stuff in other states too, but it was just such a relief because, like, you know, when you've got like Zoom after Zoom after Zoom of doctor's appointment, and it's like $45 here and $45 here, like, it does all add up. It's not like things are over just because surgery is over. And I guess if you're watching, or if I'm even watching this in a week, because I'm, like, really far behind on posting these in real time. Like, I know you're supposed to look at the big picture. And I know that I'm not going to start PT again until 6 weeks out. And I think I see my doctor at 7 weeks. It'll be 6 weeks on Friday. Today's Sunday. And I even worry about that, like, with PT. Like, I know how painful PT can be, even though, you know, the long-term thing is something that helps you. But it's like when I go back to work and I'm doing PT, I'm probably going to be swollen, so I'm going to have to start work earlier so I can finish earlier, because once PT is over, I'm probably going to be down for the count. Stuff to be grateful for. And then I gotta go to sleep, or at least wind down. I'm weirdly grateful for YouTube. As gross as it was to watch what I saw, I saw someone who had like the incisions made around her nipple like I did. And it's really graphic, but you can watch it on YouTube if you want to. The one where they make an incision above and an arc beneath the nipple, that's what I had. It's almost like you're playing with a doll or a toy or something weird, like some weird kid cutting apart his toys. Of how they actually remove your breast. And then you see the pectoral muscle under, like the muscle wall underneath, and it's like, wow, okay. Now I get it. And then just watching them like take the boob, hold it by the nipple, and just plop it in the container for it to be sent out for pathology. But I'm bizarrely thankful that we have that technology where I could look on YouTube to see like what was done and how that works. What I could not find was somebody putting an implant in that is above the pectoral muscle. Because I'm trying to understand why I have that bump. I am grateful that somebody where my son works never picked up their order for dinner. Because I had nothing for dinner tonight. I mean, they're bringing dinner 3 times a week, but I didn't have anything for today. And someone forgot to pick up their order, and he was leaving, and they're like, "You want it?" And he's like, "Okay." So he came home and brought home the food, and we had Mexican for dinner. What am I thankful for? I'm thankful that I'm going to get my hair washed on Tuesday. Because I know I'll look nice and feel nice on Tuesday. Right now, I don't feel like I look nice, and I don't feel nice. I'm ending with non-gratitude, sorry. My boobs feel really heavy. They feel so thick. They feel so, like, swollen. And I hate the step back that I have to put freaking Aquaphor on the goddamn scars and wear these stupid-ass freaking pads. It's like having a machine. Like, I just want to sleep. I just want to, like, sleep on my back. I don't even want to do that. I want to sleep on my side or my stomach like I used to sleep. I want to go for a 3.5-mile walk in the morning. I want to meditate in the morning halfway through my 3.5-mile walk. I want to get up and I want to go to work and I want to do QuickBooks. Like, I want to just get back to normalcy. And it's going to be a while. And I guess it's about time that I showed all the emotion because I was so, like, task-oriented in the beginning. And I was surprised I wasn't, like, as full of emotion. So I guess you get it all now. Oh, I am grateful for my nails. I got really cool nail polish on. Oh, and that was one thing I guess I did last night, which will end me on a positive note. So yeah, I did my nails. I'm getting ready for goth mode. Heads up. Colored my nails. They were black with like a bluish glittery tinge to it. And I took a picture yesterday with my hand over my right breast. I'd say covering my nipple, but I don't have one covering what would have been my nipple. But the point is, it's like I made the picture black and white on my phone and cropped it so my shoulders, I mean, I do have pretty well-defined shoulders. Maybe not right now because I'm slouched. Because I'm like, my boobs, like, they weigh 8,000 pounds. And note, too, that I did not have any increase in size in my breast reconstruction. It actually went down in size. So just throwing that out there. And I took a picture of my breast. I have to take them anyway because there's one spot on the side that she wants me to keep an eye on. I'm also off the gabapentin, and I don't know if that's why I'm in increased pain again, too. I don't know. Anyway, I took my hand over my breast It's funny, like I'm afraid to show you my breast here in my bra when I took a picture of myself without my bra on. But I put my hand over my breast like that, and it was like just covering up my, like what would be my nipple, but it was over my scar. And with the black and white of the picture, it actually came out really classy. And when I cropped it, and it was like my shoulder, my face wasn't in it, but my shoulder down and then over, and like you can actually see a curve in my torso, which made me happy that I have a curve in my torso again, and it's not just all bloated or swollen. And I was thinking of going to to do a photo shoot of me and my body in this process, because my body won't always look like this. Eventually I'm going to have my tattooing done, and however I decide to have my nipple done, and I want pictures of me at each stage. I guess it's 2 stages, whatever, because I'll never see myself like that again, and it's part of my life, and it's something I want to remember. So I don't have to decide that tomorrow, but it's something to think about. And I thought too that the one company I was looking at online, their whole mission is about female empowerment. And they have one section that's just for, it's like the maternity section for women that are pregnant. And I'm like, how powerful would it be if he had a section for women that have gone through breast cancer or any kind of physical anything, where you physically see something that's different about what you envision a woman's body to look like. And then looking at all his awards, and I'm like, the last award was in 2019. I'm like, well, I am award winning. I can be award winning for my boobs now. I think they produce some pretty cool pictures, and I'm a pretty open person about, what my body looks like. So that idea is swirling in my head. Did I just say idea? That's such a Boston thing. Idea. That idea is swimming in my head. All right, I'm gonna get ready for bed and take care of these ladies who are yet to be named, and then see what tomorrow brings. All right, bye everyone.